I used to think routine was stability. Wake up, coffee, kiss my wife on the forehead, drive to work, come home tired but grateful. For years, that rhythm was my safety net. I didn't notice when it turned into a cage, creating a distance between us. Or maybe I did and just chose to look away. One Friday, I came home early. My big meeting was canceled, and I was excited to surprise her. I could already picture her smile, the way she'd quickly fix her hair, the familiar comfort of walking into our home. But when I got there, the lights were on when they shouldn't have been. Music I didn't recognize was playing softly. And I heard her laughter, but it wasn't the kind she shared with me anymore. I froze in the hallway, keys in hand. A man's voice joined hers, relaxed and confident, like he belonged there. My heart pounded, but I didn't storm in. I didn't shout. I just stood there, listening as my life quietly fell apart. When I finally walked into the living room, they both froze. She looked shocked, but not ashamed. And that hurt more than anything. She didn't deny it or cry. She just sighed, as if she'd been waiting for this moment. She said it just happened, that she'd felt invisible for years. Then she said something that will stick with me forever. She felt alive again. Alive, as if the life we built together was some kind of slow death. I didn't argue or beg. I just asked her one question: do you want me to leave, or are you going to? She hesitated. In that hesitation, I saw everything. She wanted both worlds, my security and his excitement, so I made the choice for her. I packed a bag and left without another word. The first few days were a blur. I stayed in a small rental near my office, barely sleeping, barely eating. I replayed every memory, searching for the moment it all went wrong. At first, she texted constantly apologies, excuses, promises that it meant nothing. Then her tone shifted. She blamed stress, boredom, and eventually she blamed me. When that didn't work, she panicked. She showed up at my door one evening, crying, saying she'd made the biggest mistake of her life. She confessed the other guy wasn't serious and had already pulled away. She wanted to come home. But I realized her fear wasn't about losing me. It was about losing comfort. It was about being alone, so I said no. That one word felt heavy, but so incredibly freeing. She looked at me like I was a stranger. Maybe I was. The man who accepted crumbs and called it love was gone. Things got messy. Friends took sides. Family asked questions I couldn't answer. She tried to rewrite our history, painting herself as the confused victim. I stopped trying to explain myself to people who had already made up their minds. I just focused on myself. Weeks turned into months. I started running in the mornings. I cooked real meals for myself. For the first time in years, I slept without a knot of anxiety in my stomach. The absence of chaos was its own kind of healing. She'd still reach out, usually when her own life hit a rough patch. The pattern was always the same: regret when she was lonely, silence when she wasn't. Our final conversation happened by accident while finalizing paperwork. We sat across from each other like strangers. She looked tired. She admitted she never thought I'd actually leave for good, that she assumed I'd forgive her like always. Then she asked if I hated her. I told her the truth. I didn't hate her, I just no longer trusted her with my heart. That seemed to hurt her more than any anger ever could. Walking away that day, I understood something critical. Betrayal isn't always a big explosion. Sometimes it's a quiet erosion, happening one ignored feeling at a time. And healing isn't about winning or getting even. It's about choosing yourself when someone else refuses to. My life isn't perfect now, but it's honest. And I've learned that honesty is worth more than any counterfeit feeling of being alive that's built on someone else's pain. Thank you for listening.